Using your breathing as a technique and a form of relaxation, focus, concentration, and letting go in a short meditation has been very useful for me in falling to sleep, falling back to sleep, and for treating minor aches and pains that I may have throughout my body. I focus on my breathing, inhale and exhale, and I feel it where the breathing begins, in the nose, the throat, the chest, and down into the diaphragm. The diaphragm pushes down into the belly, pushes back on toward the spine, and pushes out into the front of the chest, and even out to the sides, and somewhat up into the shoulders. And just continue to focus on the breath. If I'm working on falling asleep or falling back to sleep, once I have myself in a stilled place of really feeling the full connection from my breath, from the top of my head to my belly, I begin to allow that breath to spread outward. Down my shoulders into my arms, down to my fingertips, and down into my pelvis and my hips and my buttocks, down my thighs, my knees, my calves, and my ankles. I feel comfortable in moving at my own pace. And when my mind begins to drift off elsewhere into other thoughts, I bring it right back to the breathing. Doesn't matter that your mind drifts off. What makes the difference is that you come back to focusing on the breath, focusing on your body, bringing the breath down to your legs, at the feet and ankles, and allow yourself to be anchored into what anchors you best. In the healing from the core, we anchor into the earth with roots deep into the earth of whatever roots seem to work for you. Light energy, water energy, earth energy as in actual roots themselves, or even breath energy. Do what works for you, the first thing that comes to your mind. Be creative. Don't get caught in the dogma, but allow yourself to explore. And allow yourself to connect to a source that is grounding and supportive and gives you a sense of being nurtured and nourished. Now, in trying to fall back to sleep, or with the intentions to fall back to sleep, I bring my breath into my toes, and I breathe as though my toes are breathing. With an inhale, I fill them. With an exhale, I release them and let them go. I let go any tension, any stress, any thoughts and ideas that are stored in them. And I continue with each breath to come up through my body, through the balls of my feet, the arches of my feet, and my heels. If I have pains and cramps and aching and soreness in these areas, I'll spend just a little bit more time there. Once these areas feel like you can have some sensation of relaxation and nourishment that allows it to relax, I move into the ankles. Allow yourself the sensation of breathing into the ankles and the exhale out all the stress and tension in the exhale. Keeping in mind the breath is always through the nose if you can. A teacher that I listened to once said the nose is for breathing, the mouth is for eating. Other teachers have taught that breathing out through the mouth generates energy, and in this case, we're not trying to generate energy. We are keeping a state of relaxation, of calming, of going into a deeper sense of ourself and possibly back to sleep. We keep the breath through our nose, if that is possible. If you must breathe through your mouth, keep your lips not fully open, but just opened enough to let the air seep out gently as it may through your nose, as opposed to a big puff of air being shot out through your mouth. Continue the breath up into your calves. Breathing in to the calves as though they have their own lungs. And then the exhale relieves the tension, any stress, whatever is stored there. I sometimes get muscle cramps in my calves, my left side more than my right. And so I'll spend a little extra time in that area because that may be the area that's keeping me awake. That may be the area I need to focus on to allow me to fall back to sleep more easily. If you were working just on pain, discomfort, muscle cramps that are keeping you up, you may not want to do the toes to the head. You may just want to go straight to those areas and just keep breathing in those areas until you notice they relax, they ease up. It's as though the breath is melting away the tension, just melting it away. It just wants your attention. The body is saying, look at me, hear me, feel me. And usually the feeling the pain is the first recognition we realize when the body is calling us. We breathe into the knees and relaxing the knees. Much can be stored in the knees. We spend as much time possible, whatever is necessary in the knees to release the tension. Many people have issues with their knees. You may even want to focus with greater detail in the joints, in the cartilage, or lack thereof. And let it go. Stay as long as you like. I will continue to work through the body. You can continue to work or you can stay. And then working up into your thighs. Inhaling your breath into the thighs expanding with breath, and then exhale and release them. Melting away the stresses, the tensions, the thoughts, the ideas, the conversations going in the head. We're breathing them away. Breathing them away by focusing the attention on our body. The stresses and tensions in the body so that the whole body can relax, and go to sleep. Bringing the breath into the hips and the buttocks. I sometimes have issues in the hips as well. And so these are the areas that wake me up during the night with aches and pains. And I breathe my breath into them. And I let it know, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I am with you. And I continue my breath until my body hears me and feels my presence. And we connect on a cellular level. And the cells somehow relate back and answer and relax in kind. I continue the breath as I move up into the pelvis. Pelvis bowl, pelvic bowl, pubis bone, sits bones, sacrum, the very bottom part of your spine that you sit on, up into the waist, the whole lower portion of the belly, where the genitalia are, where the organs are, the digestive system, the lower digestive system. And many people have issues with their digestive system. Respond to your digestive system and let it know you are here. You hear it. You hear its call. And you're here to fill it with the nurturing, nourishing energy that is your birthright, that you are connected to at all times when you open up to receive. Allowing it to move up into your rib cage, the upper portion of your digestive system. The rest of your intestines, to the base of your rib cage, around by your liver, your spleen, your pancreas, your stomach, all those organs hiding underneath the lower portion of the ribs. Feeling the diaphragm pressing down on them. Relaxing. Thinking the words, relax with the exhale. I am here. I hear you. Allowing yourself to continue to breathe up into the upper portion of the chest, the ribs, the chest, the clavicles, the heart, your lungs, kidneys, adrenals. The kidneys are in the back, behind the stomach, the liver. The adrenals sit right on top of the kidneys. All the way up the back of your spine, to the base of your neck, up your chest, and right before it gets to the neck and the throat, it spills over the shoulders and runs down your arms. And you breathe into your fingers just as you did with your toes. And with the exhale, you allow the fingers to relax. And many people have problems with their hands, their thumbs, and their wrists. Sometimes our arms can wake us up at night in pain or numbness. We bring our breath into our arms. The wrists, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, and we just continue to breathe into them until they soothe, until they ease, until we even notice a difference in our breath as we breathe into them. And then we fill into our neck, our throat, feeling the surge of energy that comes from the tailbone all the way up to the base of our skull. Sometimes I like to breathe up and down my spine. Sometimes I breathe from the top of my head all the way down to my spinal column, down to my tailbone. And sometimes I breathe from my tailbone all the way up to the base of my skull. I like doing this one as we fall asleep, from the tailbone up to the skull. And then breathe into my jaws, relaxing the jaws. Many people have issues and problems with clenching in the evenings, TMJ. Talk to your jaws, your teeth, your throat. even your ears. Let them know you're here with your breath. I hear you. I hear you. I'm with you. And just breathe the breath and feel the pain, the stress, the angst disappear. Just melt away. Continue to bring it up to your cheekbones, to your temples, to your forehead. If you have problems with your eyes or issues with your eyes, your ears, and including the TMJ that comes up into the temporalis, the muscles that are up around your temples of your head and your skull. Breathing energy, breathing relaxation, breathing your attention, your intention into these areas to give them what they need in this moment as they call for you. Feel the jaws start to drop and relax, even if just a smidgen. Even just as bit as a thinness of a piece of hair. And if you're still unable to have that sensation or feel it, ask yourself the question, what would it feel like if it did relax some? What would it feel like if these aches and pains in my body were to relax and give me a bit of relief? What would that feel like? Be curious. Open up to all possibilities. Allow yourself to fully surrender as you take the breaths in, relaxing all the way to the top of your head. So that even the hairs and the hair follicles and the tissues that's attached to at the top of your head, your attention breathes into them and these tissues relax. So that your whole body as a unit, from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers, to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes, relax. They let go just enough, or maybe more, to allow you to sleep. To sleep. Using breath, receiving the energy that's available to you, that you can resource at all times, to serve you right now in this moment, and allow yourself to heal and to rest in deep sleep and slumber. To not judge, to not anticipate, but to just allow it to be what it is, and to receive whatever the body's willing to receive in this moment. No judgments on how much it should, how much it can, how much it will, how much it will not. Just let it go and be curious. What can I allow to relax now? What can I allow to release now? And just allow yourself to continue to have these mantras that will replace any thoughts and ideas, anything else that's coming to you, the mantra with the breath. How much healing am I open for during this session of rest and sleep? If you need to send a little more energy elsewhere in your body, go to that area and continue to breathe where your body calls you and answer it. I'm here. I hear you. I see you and I feel you. I surrender to your message, and I surrender to the power available to us to rest, to sleep, and to heal. Allow yourself to continue to work. And if you're not going to sleep, but you're just taking a break throughout your day, you can end the meditation now with a gentle counting back from 5 to 1, with a gentle movement, toes and fingers, top of your head, all the way back, up and down your spine. And open your eyes only if you're waking. If you're sleeping, allow your eyes to sink into a deep, beautiful place of healing, of resting, and informative dreams.